Well, I started to record a video a moment ago, but I ended up having to stop that one because I wasn't hearing the sound of the camera coming on and off as I was turning it on and off. But just so happened I forgot to unhook my DeWalt headset, or to even, to that matter, turn it off. So I'm charging it now to try to get back the battery that I kind of wasted just keeping it on so long without remembering to turn it off when I took it off. But I will say that I have a few more things to show as I come on this evening, and do think that as we're getting around to it, I'll show you a little more as far as both my sewing and my carving have been going. There's a few things I'll show you all here that I've been working on. I've been taking the pockets of jeans and I have been painting emoji faces on them and stuffing them up and sewing the tops of them closed to make them into pillows, and I've appreciated the places I've been and all the good things people have thought of all the work I've done. But I'm kind of having to move around a little bit. I'm still working the same job, working the same business, still getting a little bit tired at the end of the day from what I've been doing. Today was, of course, my day off. It's the weekend, but I go back in tomorrow. And this is a time when I'm just showcasing all the work I've done making these emoji pillows like I've been doing, and having so much to show about it. I'd say that I kind of try to do the emojis from both directions, just depending on the direction of the pocket. And like you see, some of them I probably didn't do them the right way the first time, so I came back and did them again. Some of them I have kind of made into little Halloween masks as I did these. So there's been some little pillow work coming along with these, making them into things they need to be. Sometimes when you move around a lot, you miss different people, but kind of gives a little opportunity for more people to kind of see your work and see what you do. So this is how it's all come along. While I'm putting these back up, I might tell you all a little more information about how some things have been, how some things have gone, and I've stayed pretty busy about my work. I do want to say that a lot's been going on with my knives and my sharpeners and how I've been having to change things up a little bit, but have decided it might be good for me if I went to any location of Starbucks that I'd be out on the patio, because, any location you go to, there's going to be kids in there working, just being kids, and times have changed so much since the days when I was a young kid and, working on jobs as one and all the things they let kids do these days versus what they expected in my days. Some of us who are a little bit more older and a little bit more seasoned kind of have a different understanding of life, and we kind of see how the way things were different in our days. And and especially when we come to see how the pandemic has changed a lot of things and made a lot of people different, it kind of makes it so that times get a little bit different on us. And so there's so much more to say and so much more to show. And as you see, I'm getting so tired, I'm just yawning a lot and can't help it. But I've gotten a new Arkansas stone like I was talking about. This side has pretty much been used since I got it, and this side here, but this is a hard Arkansas stone, and I found out it's supposed to be for finishing, whereas a soft one is for honing. So I had to order a soft one. And one thing I'm going to have to go looking for in some places is some oil to use, because there's a certain oil you have to use to clean these. When I cleaned my ceramic stone yesterday, which I did, all that really took was just some Dawn dishwashing liquid and a toothbrush, an old worn out toothbrush, and a scouring pad, a dishwashing pad, and so I pretty much got it cleaner than it was. And I've just worked along different things. You know, here's my old strop, and I did a little research to find out a little bit more about strops, and don't really think I'm going to use all those oils that gunk up the strops. But I mean, they also say that those are kind of useful in doing strops, and like what Calvin Grant used to tell me when he was alive was, you don't need to keep using that strop. It might be kind of a little bit more for thinning the blade, and you can in a way use it for sharpening, but got to keep it clean and new. And I'll say while I am at it that this is another thing that's been being worked on. I kind of just got this new sharpening stone today from Walmart. It's a Smith's sharpening stone with a rough side and a dual side, depending on whether you are sharpening a knife or just, you know, kind of making the dull edges better. And that's what determines which side you use. And you know, you've probably seen that I've made some black cats and pumpkins for Halloween, but here are some turkeys I have been making for Thanksgiving. I'm probably going to do a demonstration on how we price them and kind of get them to where they are ready to go out on the market. This is something where, as you see, we have some of them with red heads and some of them with black heads. And there were a couple more I had over here. I had a total of 8. Don't know where the other 2 disappeared to, but things just disappear easily. So here are the 2 I was missing a while ago. And there's a little thing I might demonstrate here as far as like how we price things, if I can find that pricing stuff that I brought over here, which I see now where it is. I've gotten it in the little sharpening pan, or the little carving pan, the thing that catches my chips. But I will say what I kind of do here is, these turkeys are going to be $15, so write $15 on a tag. And something I do here is kind of place the tag around the neck here, like I'm doing at the place where there's the loop tied together, the knot at the end of the tag. You kind of pull that and pull the tag through, and kind of like make it so it hangs from the neck of the turkey. So we're just going to make another few here, kind of make them so they go good, and make some little signs to go about what we do here. And I'd say that there's a lot to do and a lot to show when it comes to this kind of work, and I'd say this is all going to come together once we get it all done. So I say that we're going to tag these along. We're going to tag them with the rest, put little signs and little notes on their necks, make them so they can see a little point in us, see a little brightened future in us, and come along to where we're going to tie them close and make them so they certainly just see a little life in us. I say that there's a lot to go on when it comes to these shows, and I'd say we're just getting so much taken care of these days. It's just getting so wonderful. I'd say for my moment, we've got a lot to show, and there's a little thing I might show in a little while as to how I sort of like put little tags on these here wildcats that I have. We're going to work on them as soon as we can, put a little stuff in them, show them a little how we do a little things, and sometimes my speech gets a little off, so kind of goes along like this. We've kind of got to put these in a box where they go when we get done with them, but I've done a few new wildcats this year and put the little Kentucky sign on them, the words and little lines I have burnt in the front to kind of give them a little good and extra design as we need. So we see how the work comes along, how it makes its way to us, how it all shows us a little brightened future in life, and how we just, like, we tagged these for $20. That's what I'm going to do for right now. I'm saying there's going to probably come a time when prices are going to go up on these, but we're trying to keep them as low as we can for now, and when we sell more of them, we might think about bringing the prices up a little more. These have sold good at a certain place where I've been, but not so much at shows as they probably have in other places and at other times. So we're going to put another $20 on that so that it can go through the line and we can sort of put the tag through and show all we know, show all we can. See life as it comes, as it goes. I say that little work shall come, and we shall all take care of the things as they go. So I'm just gonna price a couple more here and let it be seen for all the work I'm doing. I say that it doesn't hurt us just to kind of try to get a little more work done here and there so we can all just make it through our lives, make it through ourselves, make it through all we need to be. So I say that we're working along, we're making things better, we're trying our best, trying our hardest, trying to take care of things the best we can and make our little ways through them all. Oh, I say all the guilt and trips we take in life, just going about places, and some places are getting to the point where they don't relax me like they used to, probably because I'm getting too used to them or something. But I will say now that there's a couple of these Santas I'm working on here out of African mahogany. They're getting pretty close to being finished, almost to the end. And there's kind of a couple big ones here that I have made out of poplar, or not, no, I'm trying to say walnut. Walnut is what it is, because I made a couple out of poplar last year, and they've both been sold, but after I soaked them, they kind of turned a little dark black or brown, unlike the poplar itself, which was green. So this is how we come up with these little walnut ones. I've painted them, the boots and all, and I've kind of got a couple little ones here. These little ones are in fact carved from poplar, and I sort of like gave them little face paintings and painted their ruffles silver. So that would just be a little bit of good work for us, take care of little things. And I would say that there's probably going to be a little more to show as life goes on and as work goes on and as we kind of carry things through the rest of the day and the rest of the evening and the rest of the week. So I think it's all good for you all to kind of see my work here, and I'm just always happy to put it on show for you all, let you all have a little something good to see now and then. So I'm gonna kind of wrap it up for the evening and hope to see you all around, maybe in the next video. Goodbye.